What's going on, chat? How you doing tonight? Little surprise pop-up Tuesday night stream. Still doing VBA Live Wednesday at 8 Central. I believe 9 Eastern. Or no, that's 8 Eastern, 7 Central. But tonight I want to do a very special play and learn stream about a new game that's coming out that... Ooh, mic volume. Hello. That I think is going to be really cool, and I think does a really good example of showing where I think kind of Web3 gaming is going. So in the beginning, just kind of talking about history, there was your kind of GameFi games where it was all about the token, all about trying to get more of the token. You had a lot of Ponzi-nomics in there. Long-term, not really sustainable. Then I talked about the shift into more narrative-based games. Some games still had that kind of token GameFi-esque aspect to them, but they started to build stories and lore and worlds around their games. Then they started to gravitate even more away from the GameFi aspect of things and building out kind of what would be more simpler games. But one studio that I think is kind of leading the way in changing how we think about Web3 gaming, at least doing so in a very big way, not to say other people aren't, is Midnight Society. So tonight we'll be talking about Midnight Society at 1-2 a.m. on Twitter. Their game at Deadrop, I've got early access to that. We'll be playing a little bit of it. We'll talk about what it is, how much it costs to get in, how they're implementing NFTs. But before we get started, I want to do a full disclaimer for transparency's sake. The NFTs that we talk about tonight, I've purchased of my own free will. I was not compensated in any way for talking about this project. Again, this is just something that I think is really important to the Web3 play and earn, play to earn, however you want to call it, community. And so, yeah, we'll dive right in. Have not been asked to do this or compensated in any way. What's up, Darthside? How you doing tonight? Yeah, I see a few people in here. So good. Happy to have you here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I think you're going to like this tonight. It's going to be a lot of fun. So we'll go right in talking about the project, what it looks like. So this is Midnight Society. And this is their... I'm just going to pull this up quick. There we go. What they are is they claim that they are a new kind of AAA game studio. Publishing model over a decade in the making, group of ambitious game industry veterans, we're going to talk about more of that in a minute, who see a future in which developers no longer create experiences in a vacuum and players share in a game's success. Sound kind of familiar in the Web3 space? Our Day Zero community exploded from the moment we announced our intentions, and 400,000 founders access past applications confirmed that the gaming community shares our vision for what's possible. Super exciting. So you see they've claimed to have big numbers behind it, which is pretty cool. So what we're working on. Midnight Society is focused on delivering the most community-focused online PvP multiplayer experience the world has ever seen. Sounds pretty ambitious. Built from the ground up in Unreal Engine 5, like that, our new title Deadrop will be made open to our Day Zero community and major content creators from the earliest, most iterations via the Founders Access Pass. Leadership, and this is where things start to get big. If you're in the gaming space, you're going to recognize some of these names, I would think. First one being right here, Dr. Disrespect. So 93-94 two-time champion, top 5 gaming influencer, game dev and level designer on Call of Duty, 4 million plus YouTube subscribers, 12 million plus total monthly active users. Then you have Quinn, co-founder, creative director, lead sandbox designer of Halo Infinite, 14 years AAA game dev experience, level weapon designer at Epic Games on Gears of War. I love Gears of War. That game was so much fun. Then we have another co-founder and CEO, founder of multiple profit-driven businesses in gaming esports, founder of BitRhymes, Bash Gaming, Boom.tv, investor, board, G2 Esports. Robert Bowling, co-founder, studio head, creative lead for Call of Duty, 15 plus years, AAA game dev experience, studio head at Robotoki, I'm probably butchering that, publishing head Humble Bundle. Say that 5 times fast, chat. So a lot of experience. Some games, some projects in this space will say, oh yeah, we worked on, this great gaming project. We worked on Call of Duty, but you were a summer intern. No, this is very legitimate experience behind this project, behind this game. Go even further into the game team. Art director, 15 years, Halo Infinite, Halo 5, Destiny, Command and Conquer. Technical director, Halo Infinite, Elder Scrolls Online, Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, Star Wars 1313, which I believe was a canceled project. We're seeing Star Wars Force Unleashed, just tons of decades of experience behind this. Then you have 15 plus years PhD in computer science as the director of crypto, 20 years VP marketing, worked on Call of Duty. It's just absolutely huge. Dapper Labs, Fortnite Esports, Full Stack Microsoft. So some really big things are jumping out here with this project, with this community. I know some people, Dr. Disrespect can be a very polarizing figure, but he does have a lot of experience in the gaming community. And then special thanks to a bunch of people. So, wanted to talk a little bit now about, we talked about, what Midnight Society is. We talked about the leadership. We talked about the team, the partners, talked about what they're working on. So this is the slide that I want to focus on here and how we plan to use Web3. So, and this is where I think the future is going and where it should go. And this is going to do a really good job of solving the problem of traditional gamers not getting into Web3. I think this is a brilliant way of going about it. So what it says here is there are two core facets we want to make very clear to all of our audience, including those who embrace decentralization and those who want to absolutely nothing to do with it. So I love how upfront they are. I love the way they word that. Midnight Society is for all of us. What that means is that at no point will you be limited from playing or enjoying our game because you choose one path or another. If you want to have a completely centralized account, play the game, unlock items tied to your account which you use, and enjoy as you normally would, that is completely fine. If you want to have a decentralized account, where you're the custodian of everything you own and able to sell them outside Midnight Society on the open market, I love the way they phrase that. So outside, open market, I'm thinking possible OpenSea integration. I'm speculating here that they don't think they've said anything publicly about that. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. What if you're a user who has no understanding or interest in decentralization, and you choose to have a traditional centralized account, think like Fortnite account, and over the course of the next several years, you unlock hundreds of items you've enjoyed in-game, but the time comes that you want to recoup your investment and sell some of your items. Because we track all entitlements of a centralized account, we can easily transfer the ownership of all of your items to you, and you are free to sell them in or outside the Midnight Society ecosystem. So maybe they'll do both, the way that's worded. The most important aspect of adapting to new technologies and approaches is to leave the choice in the hands of the player. And that's from Midnight Society co-founder, studio head, Robert 402 Bowling. I think that's incredible. And I think that is the way that you should go about bridging the gap. So not only is this a more traditional style studio, I'm not going to say traditional, I don't think that does them justice because they want to do things differently. They want people to be included. People who are passionate about gaming, passionate about this game, to be included. Hey, Ty, how you doing? And it's also, hey, if you want to, again, thinking, I'm going to use the example of Fortnite just to simplify it, not to compare these games in any way outside of that, but, you get skins, you go to the game store, you unlock them. Well, what if you could sell them for the in-game currency or, ETH or Solana or something? That would be huge for your account. Think of all that money you put in. You end up getting a super rare skin. It ends up being super valuable over time. Hey, Detroit, thank you for popping in. And this creates so much freedom. One, it appeals to traditional gamers. They said flat out, if you don't want anything to do with this, you don't have to have anything to do with this. And if you want to take ownership of your items and what you unlock, go ahead, go for it. We support this. And I think that's just so critical to mass appeal and adoption. Just allowing gamers to play games how they want to play them. So now I want to talk about, these people over here, these things. These are what's called variants. So, introducing Visor Cortex. Every variant or character in the Midnight Society has a unique personality represented by their Visor Cortex, each with attributes that determine various levels of rarity. To my knowledge, right now, and I could be wrong, but rarity really doesn't mean anything for this. Variants are outfitted with unique armor, call signs, weapons, backdrops, and more. You can step into the night knowing you are truly unmatched. Night has fallen on the city. Your visor sits, dark and waiting on the table. It's time. You hold your visor cortex up to the port. Instantly, it's drawn to the visor with a magnetic force and crackle of electric power. The visor blinks to life as you slip it on, and once again, you feel like your true self. So here's what you get. So basically, you buy this Founder's Pass. It's your identity. It's your visor. And here's what you get with it. So you get the call sign and the visor cortex. So it's basically just visuals. An identity, early access to game builds and weapons tests. So that's what we're going to go over in a little bit here. Voting rights on a game features. Again, they don't want to be a traditional studio. They want their passionate fan group, their passionate players, their early adopters to be involved. Exclusive access to studio events, first dibs on merchandise and future Visor Cortex drops, early access to industry guilds via the Eyes. And then here they have some examples of what these look like. You can just kind of slowly scroll through here. If you're interested in learning more, I'm going to drop that link in chat. I'll have to do a login. It's just midnightsociety.com. Had to wipe the computer from the hack, but well, good. We'll come back to that chat. We'll just get this in quick. All right, so now let's look at the market. So they released 10,000 of these passes, basically. And of these 10,000 passes, they had a lockup period where you couldn't sell them on a secondary market. You basically had to hold on to them. After, it might have been 30, 60, 90 days, they allowed access to sell these on OpenSea. So they've been on the market for a little bit now. There we go. I'll add this. Perfect. The link to the collection is Midnight Society Founders Access Pass. And so volume, they've done 64 ETH, but want to note too that this is on Polygon, which I think is huge. Floor price 0.14. I've seen it go up to about 0.12. This might be the lowest that I've seen it at. Creator fee 10%, not the worst thing in the world. Best offer 09. 0.7% are listed. You see 9,548 owners for a 10,000 collection, which I think is super cool. 95% unique owners. And you can kind of see what these look like. So some have hair, some don't, different colors, some have numbers in them. And you can see the floor kind of picks up pretty quick. We're already down to a 0.31 that has a number 5. Looks like it's cracked in there. Some of these look pretty sweet. Not going to lie. I posted mine on Twitter the other day. And I will say, if you do purchase, you need to, when you log in, you create your account at midnightsociety.com. You basically take your NFT and you transfer it seamlessly, near seamlessly, from your MetaMask to the internal Midnight Society wallet. If you wanted to then sell it, you would move it out of your Midnight Society wallet back to your MetaMask. There's a simple just kind of switch between them. It's done very, very seamlessly, very, very quickly. Let me see if I can pull this up for us quickly, chat. We can take a look. Yeah, so I'll show you what this looks like right here. So you can see right now there's a Midnight Society wallet. I have the Access Pass. I have my Series 0 patch, and then my wallet. So it's a normal click sign to your MetaMask. If we look at, let's see if we can look at there we go. So this is my NFT that I have. Again, I think it's all cosmetic. I think it looks pretty cool. I'm pretty happy with it. I like my Visor Cortex Alpha Lima unit. Again, I think the art's pretty sweet on this. So, Detroit Zed Stabler says, this looks pretty cool. Have you tested the gameplay? I have, and we're about to do it right now live on stream. So, and I'm going to try and be as, again, open, transparent, and honest with you all as possible. Keep in mind, we're going to see two aspects of the game tonight. And one is much further along than the other. So keep that in mind. But they're very transparent. There's a very in-depth doc that states their design process and what that looks like. We'll talk about that when we get in there. Ty says, I want to get good as fuck at this game. I'm trying to meet Doc. Nice. Love it. So yeah, it's been fun. So chat, we're going to try this out. New computer. Let's see how well this thing holds up. But yeah, let's dive into the game. Bear with me 1 second here. All right, chat. So this is Deadrop. There we go. I think the audio is coming in. Perfect. So I just launched it. We're gonna go ahead. We're gonna hit enter. Might be a little choppy. We'll see. I might have to drop some resolution. We'll see what's happening with it here. Chat, let me know how that's looking and sounding for you. I'm running up in my elevator right now. We're just going to drop the volume a little bit. We'll boost the mic a little bit. There we go. All right. So, and right now, just for the record, I believe I'm outputting at just 2 channels stereo. I've got surround sound headphones on, and it sounds insane. We're currently streaming this. My monitor's 4K, but the stream resolution is 1080p 60. I'm at high settings. We'll take a look at the settings right now here. So just, there isn't much to choose. Master volume, music volume. We'll drop the music volume down a bit. FX volume, UI volume, borderless window. You can see 2560, 1440. Turn off VSync, invert look, show FPS, sprint, ADS, toggles. Look sensitivity I have set at 4. Still playing around with that a little bit, so bear with me in the shooting. And then quality, it's just low, medium, high, epic. We're currently at high. So we'll go ahead. And so I like to think of this kind of first part as this is like your bat cave in a way. So you walk up, you see this workbench. I don't know how to unlock the other guns yet, but there'd be like a gun hanging here. This is my pistol. Now you can see that the pistol I'm holding in my hands and the pistol on the bench look very, very different. I'll pick this one up. And you can see, okay, there's a little gap there, but it is the pistol that I was holding before. Just the detail on this, I think, looks great. You can see some of that fog coming through. I think that's pretty cool. Just looking at shooting for now. Physics, okay. Box falls down. No bullet hole in certain things when I shoot them. Other things, it does show up. So if you notice that metal, it shows up right there. But when I shot the plastic, there was nothing. In the wall, yep, there's another bullet hole. We'll see if we can get one right there where it's a little more apparent. Oh, yeah, so it's those little marks. I think it's pretty well done, pretty well detailed. Again, certain aspects, like the lighting is insane. Let's go ahead, let's go up and chat. This is where it gets pretty sick. Again, just like, look at this. Look at the shadows, look at the lighting. And this is what, you know, big name studio, I'm assuming lots of money behind it. You're going to get to this graphical fidelity, quality faster. So this right here is just kind of a test shooting range. Walk up to this. Gonna hold E to interact. Chat, don't at me with how bad this performance is. Gonna do my best here. Oh, come on. That was horrible. Oh, jeez. Chat. There we go. Not my best outing, not my worst. But you can kind of get an idea for, like the gun. It doesn't feel slow, and again, when you crank up the sensitivity up to 10, like you're moving around like crazy. So this is at 4, and then I want to point out. So later on, this will be an example of kind of one of the dummies that we shoot, but just the way that bullets can interact with certain things. You can see there how it just kind of shards off. You can shoot it again, it further falls apart, which I think, again, this is kind of advanced, kind of cool. Some of it does seem a little like it's just going to break off in a very standard way. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah, I'm still getting used to the sensitivity. So any of these green pads you can interact with, and so chat, you're gonna want to see this. So we're getting some rain now, seeing some different lighting effects. Textures I think are phenomenal for where it's at in the stage of the game, especially. Just gonna sit and watch this for a minute. So Deadrop is a vertical-based shooter, and you can really get a feel for that as you walk out here and see, you know, what this all looks like. It is, you get the sense that it is very vertical. The things you're doing are very vertical. You see some of the building fall off because a helicopter hit it. Flying all over the place. And the sound on this, I think, is really, really nice. I'm hearing all the different clinks of different raindrops all over the place. Again, just shooting certain things. You can see if you shoot something that's electronic, you're going to get that little spark on it, sizzle, sparks coming out, and you'll see the bullet holes show up there. You're not going to see the bullet hole in the light. If I shoot the bottle, it's going to interact differently than the box, than the bigger bottle, than the can. Again, just looking at some of the details here. For where they're at in this game right now, I think is fantastic, at least for this part. Ty asks, is the full game out yet? It is not. So this is, they're releasing it in what they call snapshots. So this is snapshot 1 is what we're looking at. We're also going to go into snapshot 2 in a minute here. And you're going to see some big differences between them. This is much further along. One critique that I have, and again, I just think this is just looks incredible, is that some of the dark areas are way too dark. So we'll run out. Also, the running animation is kind of silly. It's like, and again, being able to basically own your account, own your items in the future. I don't know when that is officially coming out, but being able to play this, the access pass to do what you're seeing right now, you have to own one of the NFTs on Polygon. So we're going to go into like a really dark area here, and you can see that like it just gets very, very dark. So some of the lighting really needs to be worked on. We look out into the city though, it looks pretty cool. Let's see. I mean, that'd be sweet to go over there somehow. I'll go in another dark area, and it just gets way, way too dark to the point where like it makes other things extremely dark as well. We'll go on this little alcove here where I just run through, and you see it's just pitch black. Again, maybe this isn't developed yet. You can see the lights from my gun, and I'm spinning around right now. So there's looking out. Like Escape from Tarkov, like vertical. Yeah, kind of. So you can't change brightness and settings yet. I'd have to do it on my monitor. And we'll go there in a minute, chat. But again, just wanted to go over here. Some of the lighting is fantastic. Again, I just think some of the dark areas are, a little too dark. And here we have some of the targets. And just want to show you again just what that looks like. So shot it in the middle there, how it breaks off. And do the corner. So I think that's pretty, I'm more impressed with this than I thought I would be. How little's breaking off for where I'm hitting it, whereas if I go right in the middle, it takes off a pretty big piece. Now if I shoot this in the middle, you can see some pixelation there on the shadow. So again, before the final game, I'd want to see that improved, but this is super, super early. I mean, for what we're seeing right now, this is incredible. So I'm going to shoot the metal, and you can see it kind of goes off on both sides around it. Shoot decently fast. Reload animation looks pretty cool. The gun feels pretty solid. The pistol, at least. Alright, so Jet, we're going to go over here now. So again, this gave me like really strong Batcave vibes. You can see this maybe isn't as developed, but this is your garage. So you have a car. I'm not sure what role the car will have in the multiplayer, which we'll play in a bit. You can get like different paint colors for your car and change it. So you can't interact with the car yet. Again, looks pretty early, but not too bad. Go up here. You can see like maybe they want to kind of paint over these, but this feels like it's at a different stage of development. And maybe they want to keep it this way. I don't know. You know, I could see it kind of going both ways, but I feel like this maybe just a little more work to it. But you can kind of get, again, an idea of just the stages, the progress of it. All the car looks pretty, it looks pretty sweet. Jump there. Give me 1 second, chat. There we go. All right, so now we're going to head down. You can go down to all these levels. We're going to kind of take the fast route. We're going to walk down here. We're going to interact with this. Again, just great sound. Really see the rain coming down while we're out here. Visuals, I think, are fantastic. And we're gonna trigger another little shooting around here. Targets. With zero active targets, I really like it. Helps a lot to know if you miss something or not. Actually can reach pretty far. Right on the reload. Alright, so did okay there. 85% accuracy, 20 headshots, 2 body shots. Let's go. Give me 1 sec, chat. Just gotta check something here. Alright, we're looking pretty good. We are looking pretty good. So now we're going to dive into multiplayer. Again, you can get an idea of what this is like. We'll go in another dark area just so you can see. And this, I think, isn't too bad. I mean, we lose everything. This turns into basically a pure black. But you can see out nicely. Now imagine playing this with or against other players. Like this as a map in itself, if it becomes one, I don't know if it will, would absolutely be wild. The angles are different. The cover, both on this level and from above, you can see there's some areas, panels to hide behind up there. It feels kind of like a paintball map, and I mean that in the best way possible. Here's potentially an area in the future. Oh, I can interact with it. Oh, access is denied, so that'll wait for them to free. So to access the multiplayer, all I have to do is hit tab, and this is what my character looks like now. So we go to the garage, through FB4. You can see I have the silver bullet paint. You can go to the stash, and I have nothing in my stash right now. My backpack, I have my 2 weapons. So gotta play, gotta earn some things. And there's also an armory and store up here as well. So this is called Proving Ground. It's currently capped at 18 players. We're gonna take a minute to load this up. We'll talk about it as well, kind of what this looks like. It is a little different. Detroit says, is it Battle Royale or open world play? It's kind of Battle Royale. So it's... Well, first thing you're going to notice that the development in terms of graphical design is scaled down. You're not going to see the textures. You're basically going to see kind of blocked or outlined out what the area or the map will look like. So you're going to see a lot of like white panels. The details aren't going to be there, but you're going to see the style and the structure of things. Basically, you go into a, again, vertical map, and you are pitted against other players. After a certain amount of time, you are told that you should extract. Now, if you are the last person standing and you did not extract, you get a choice of basically extra loot. However, you can also extract. So if you had a great match, great round, got a ton of gear, you want to extract with that so you can keep it, you can throw it in your stash, go ahead and do it. But I believe there are some shared extraction points, so you might have multiple people going to the same place. When I've played this before, sometimes it's been, you know, me versus one other person. Sometimes I've had, I believe, up to 5 or 6 people in at a time. It really depends on how you get in, when you get in. Chat, let me know if you have any other questions. That's a great question, Detroit. Appreciate that a lot. Let's see. What, also want to hear your thoughts on it so far. You know, personally, again, love the sound, love the graphics and what they're capable of achieving. But this is very early. So that was, again, Snapshot 1 was basically being able to go through those gun ranges and explore that. Snapshot 2 included Proving Ground. These were released over the course of a few months. I don't know the timeline on the next Snapshot or what that is going to look like. I also don't know how long we're going to be sitting here waiting for us to be finding a match. But I believe all characters look like that to start, regardless of what your NFT is or looks like. But again, gunplay feels pretty good. I need to adjust my sensitivity. That's on me. But yeah, it's been fun, and I see a lot of potential with it. Again, not financial advice. Do with it what you can. Make decisions based off of your own positioning, your own bag, so to speak. Let's see. Detroit Zed says graphics look amazing. The idea is awesome. Open world would be interesting to see, and how match play works. Yeah. So, and again, I don't know how they're gonna implement the car, different maps. But I think you have some really smart gaming minds behind it. Right now, it is a free-for-all. I don't know if they'll have teams in the future. Great question. And it's very, it can be a little creepy. The footsteps, when we get in, those, I gotta sneeze. Those are pretty freaky, because you can, whoo, excuse me, chat. You know they're close, but the way the levels are designed, you're not quite sure where it's coming from. So you might take a lift up, take a rope up, you might take stairs up. They could be around the corner, they could be in the next room, you could be hiding around in a corner. Again, it feels different than a traditional shooter in terms of pacing, and that could be just because of the smaller player size, or just the map layout it feels very, very unique. It feels more contained. It almost feels like there are multiple mini maps within a singular bigger map. And you can kind of see what they're going for on Proving Ground. It's basically these tall, I don't know if they're octagons, but structures. You can take ropes up, lifts up, you can jump in and out, you can go up ramps. I've played matches where I've just stayed on a single floor the whole time. I've gone up and down. I've sprinted all over the place. Hoping we get into a match soon here, because that would be a lot of fun. And again, you want to go in, basically anything in your backpack, which mine is currently 12 slots. I don't know if you can expand that, at least not yet. And then throw that into your stash, keep it. You can adjust your car paint color. Let's see, so I can move things in and out. I kind of intentionally, when we started, picked up both pistols, so I could immediately have something to switch between. The pistol is unlimited, Um, and I just, instead of having to reload, I could just switch between the two of them. One thing that's also nice is I don't have to be on the screen, so I could be going around. You'll see in the bottom left corner that it says finding a match. So let's do a little more exploration in here, chat. Detroit Zed Stabler says, this isn't a game question, but how does the company developers create revenue? Meaning, how do they make money to continue growing and building the game, just minting? So, on top of... I'm trying to take the ramp up if I can get over there. On top of minting, the creator fee on OpenSea is 10%, and they've sold 64 ETH worth of passes right now. And there haven't been many sales, I don't think, because the ownership is so... It's basically one-to-one. I think it's 95% unique owners, we said. The floor is 0.16 right now, and it's on Polygon, which is nice. So then also, they talked about... This is to basically get in... Think this is kind of like early access. That you could play and enjoy this game in a very traditional sense. So I would assume then there's going to be a standard, hey, pay to, basically buy into this game. I don't think it would be for free. I don't think it would be free to play. I could be wrong on that. And then I can also see royalties on selling items secondarily in the market. So I think, again, I don't know, don't quote me on this, but I think there are definitely a few ways they could go about earning money on this. The accountant says, so I've been here, but I was eating. It looks awesome, but my sound was off, so I missed it all. That's alright. Hey, sound is only coming through stereo right now. Actually listening to this on headphones it's really nice. I like it a lot. So we can just jump around on some things, have some up, and we're falling toward death. So you have died, respawns, you go back into the same place. Seasons and gear really haven't been announced yet. And you can see that this is still going, which is awesome. I still have both pistols. Really haven't talked too much about that yet. Accountant says, can you turn your mic up just a tad? I hear more of the game and you are super low. Absolutely. Thank you, Accountant. Appreciate that. And we can drop the game audio as well a bit and turn the mic up. Let me know if that's better. But again, yeah, super, super early. And you're going to see how early this is when we go through. But I think it's also very smartly done. The way they're like, okay, let's build this out. Let's get data on this. And let's then continue to kind of flesh it out. So you can see we've got the bullet holes there. I'm not seeing anything on that concrete or the concrete below it. If we shoot the wood, nothing. It is going through the barrel, however, it doesn't look like it goes through all the way. Good, thank you, Accountant, I appreciate that. If we go up to this container, I love that they've got the little, looks like an RFID tag tracker on the container. So you get close, you can see you lose some of that quality, but farther away, yeah, it looks good. And again, this is on the high quality, not even on max settings. I want to try and get down there somehow. We're gonna hit tab. We're gonna go back to play. We're gonna leave that matchmaking and try and get back in just to see what happens with that, if we have any more luck with that at all. Yeah, chat, keep the questions coming. I appreciate it. We're gonna do a little exploring in the meantime while we wait for a match. I don't think there are any other areas I can explore. Nothing coming up there, but it is coming up on the box. Yeah, I mean, again, for where this is at, I really think this was, again, speculation, but kind of a proof of concept to say, here's our vision, here's what we can achieve, here's what this could look like, this is what this is going to look like. And then I think they're really just kind of working on the mechanics with Deadrop. Let's see if we shoot the light, if anything happens. Get some little particle effects coming out. I'd love to see lights that could get shot out. I think that would be really cool. Alright, let's see if we can get down somewhere. Go down a level again. Chat, we might not be able to get into a game tonight. Alright, let's see if this is going to kill me if I go down to that roof. Yep. Yep, fall damage definitely a thing. Definitely a thing. I'd love some ricochet sounds. Can you repeat the part with on-chain accounts and off-chain accounts? Absolutely. Could have lived through that. So, they want to, and this is why I think this game, at least the style of this studio, is the future of Web3. I'm just going to Alt-Tab out just to cut the game audio here so this comes through even clear. They want to basically say, hey, if you want a centralized account, you can have that. You can have your traditional gaming experience. Maybe, again, speculation, that looks like, hey, I'm going to buy into the game. I'm going to, get some skins, get some items, keep it in my stash, like a Tarkov, like a Fortnite. Or you can go the NFT route and say, I want to go the decentralized route. I don't know if it's going to be through this access pass, through something else. Maybe they'll have an additional drop. But all those items you get from your raids, you can keep those and you can sell those on the open market. In fact, we're going to go back. I want to reread this and share this with you all, just so to make sure that I'm not butchering this. I'll keep an eye on the match and loading and where that's at. So how we plan to use Web3, and if you want to read about it, you can go to Midnight Society. This is their About page. I agree. I really think this is, and here's the OpenSea again, if anyone's interested. I don't think rarity matters, but you see 95% unique holders, 9,500 owners, 10% creator fee, best offer, floor price 0.14, 64 total volume. Here we go. So there are two core facets we want to make very clear of all of our audience, including those who embrace decentralization and those who want absolutely nothing to do with it. Midnight Society is for all of us. Incredibly inclusive there. Love to see that. What that means is that at no point will you be limited from playing or enjoying our game because you choose one path or another. Again, inclusivity. If you want to have a completely centralized account, play the game, unlock items tied to your account, which you use and enjoy as you normally would. This is completely fine. If you want to have a decentralized account, where you are the custodian of everything you own, and able to sell them outside Midnight Society on the open market, you are free to do so. Again, there was a question earlier about revenue generation, what that looks like. Fees off of this could be huge. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. What if you're a user who has no understanding or interest in decentralization? Again, you can be apprehensive. That's totally okay. Totally get that. And you choose to have a traditional centralized account. And over the course of the next several years, you unlock hundreds of items that you've enjoyed in game. But the time comes that you want to recoup your investment and sell some of your items. Because we track all entitlements of the centralized account, we can easily transfer ownership of all of your items to you, and you are free to sell them in or outside the Midnight Society ecosystem. So could that mean in-game marketplace? Could that mean OpenSea? Could that mean another third-party marketplace? Don't know. But I think that's huge. This is why I think it's the future of Web3. You're able to get, a off-chain game with amazing sound, amazing graphics, gameplay. Let the game focus on the game. Then let the user decide if they want to go centralized or not. If they do, great. That could be additional revenue for the creators and also give something back to the players. The most important aspect of adopting to new technologies and approaches is to leave the choice in the hands of the player. Chef's kiss. Couldn't have said that better. That's from Midnight Society co-founder and studio head Robert 402 Bowling. I think it is absolutely huge. And again, accessibility, inclusive. Gamers are apprehensive about Web3. this allows them to... Oh, apparently, chat, we missed it. But we are the last ones alive. We survived. So we apparently got into a game at the very end. And then as a reward, so we won. We did not extract. We were just chilling there. We're going to take the hand grips. We're going to take all. Extraction successful. You can kind of see what this looks like. Oh, man, this is running so smooth. So I think that's huge for adoption. Chat, we're going to try and get another game here quick so you can actually see gameplay. That's my fault for going back, but I thought that's, that's really important. Really, really important. Again, bringing it up. If you want to be a traditional gamer, Web3 scares you, you hate Web3, you hate crypto, cool, you can still play this, what will hopefully be a very fun game. And if you're into Web3, hop on OpenSea if you're able to do so. Grab an access pass if you want. And you can get in this early access. You can, have that totally decentralized experience. Again, not financial advice, not saying you should do this, not saying this will go up or down in value. Make that decision for yourself. Part of the Play and Learn series is I want to try and find innovative creators, projects, teams, and bring them to you. And this is one that I think is really, really changing the way that things are done. Detroit Z said that is huge. Stabber says, dude, this sounds like the link that gets us closer to the VR world of Ready Player One. I didn't even think of that. I can totally see it. Can you imagine playing something like this in VR? Absolutely wild. Stabber, be right back. Awesome. So, graphics are cool. Sound, I think, is cool. Again, my opinions. I love, there are just certain little things that they've done right so far that I can, free roam here in my hideout, in my bat cave, so to speak, and it's still finding the match for me. And this is, I can still do everything I was doing before. I actually like how small these bullet holes are. That's kind of a weird thing, but I appreciate it. Oh, chat. Searching. So, another instant victory. I wonder if there's some sort of bug. So, again, just take this in. So, this is what this looks like. You can see the ramps. You can see there's the pieces are in place, but the textures aren't fully there. I haven't had this issue in all of my time playing where it's gone. We're going to try and get in another one here. Then tab, not escape. Where it's just kind of like auto one, but... again, just very quick glimpses of how different it is. It's really just, again, the outline, the structure, getting those pieces in place for good level design, in my opinion, before they add the dressing and the coding to it all. Detroit says, I think this is great. I imagine a World of Warcraft where you can work hard with others for rare gear, then you can be bought and sold on an open market. I know, I think that's huge. Or think of Fortnite. All the money that's spent on skins and items. It's just, and being able to own those items. You purchase them to be able to own them. And if you want to resell them, cool. Give some money back to the creators for a fee. I think this is where Web3 gaming needs to go for mass adoption. I still believe that narrative-based games are key to the success of that, and I think this takes it one step further. They do have a story and some lore around this. It's not super fleshed out yet, but basically there's just a dystopian, apocalyptic future. See, look at that. Look at that helicopter just flying in the background there. There it goes. And you're basically going on these runs for materials and supplies, which I think is pretty cool. Let's see. Detroit Z says nothing worse than playing Call of Duty for hours, unlocking all the guns and skins. The new game comes out and you get nothing back, right? This has potential. I'm not saying it will, but to really kind of turn the gaming market as a whole on its head. I think Call of Duty is another great example. I love the World of Warcraft example. If more studios did this, they could potentially make even more money. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not an expert there. but it just, the thought of this unlocked so many fun possibilities. Can't climb. Alright, let's see if we can do some more adventuring here, chat. So let's try and go down these stairs. And again, running pretty well. Just for sake of kind of going through, I'm running a i7 12th gen, 32 gigs of DDR5, and a 3080. Just to give you an idea of what this looks like. You know, we're gonna see if we can just push this a little bit. We're gonna try and up the settings for you. We'll go to Epic. See a little, like, you're getting more detail there, looking down, like, shadows are a little better, still getting some jaggies, but I just don't think that's implemented yet. This is on Epic now. Frame's definitely a little lower, but the lighting, I think, is a lot better. Destiny 2 was a great game because they would add expansions and new stories. You keep building the world, and I think more games should do that. Instead of just, here's game number 32 in the cycle. No, like, keep building off of your core. If it's had some success, keep building off of that experience if you can. And again, maybe you can't. Not getting any bullet holes there. Let's see if we can. Yeah, I really do think it does look better on Epic. Smoke, the lighting, it's just looks really, really nice. Really, really nice. Alright, let's hope we can get, I'm gonna drop it down just for performance. Back to high. Again, it's just, it's close, but it's just not the same. Just not the same. We'll switch between them. We'll go all the way down to low. Oh, I can't even go to low or medium. It won't let me. Just high or Epic. We apply, and again, you see the lights. Watch the beam coming down from the light when I switch between high and Epic. Very noticeable. You can see in the background as well. Look at the bottom. Look at the reflections, the rain. Still pretty good, but it feels so much more realistic. In that chat, I don't know if we can get a Proving Ground game in tonight. We may not. We'll let this go for a little bit longer. If not, I may try and get see if we can just pull up a video of it or a clip of it. I might record some. We'll pull it up on a future stream, but, you know, believe I'm definitely going to be coming back to this. I hope you got to see in those just few short seconds what it looked like, and that it did look very unfinished, unrefined. But again, that's part of their roadmap. If you get the, you know, the pass on OpenSea, they talk about the roadmap and their progress and their steps and what they're trying to do and achieve, and it's just one step on their roadmap. Usually, and matchmaking has usually been a lot faster. It could just be the time of day. Let's see if we're getting anything. We'll let this go for a few more minutes. Let me know if you have any questions. Just want to check our settings. Go for high. Again, shooting feels good. I've used this pistol, obviously, a shotgun, and I wonder if high makes or ultra or epic or whatever makes the dark areas better. Shotgun, which has felt pretty good. I feel like it had decent range, but not like shotgun sniper range. There might have been like a SMG as well. Let's see what happens when we turn that to epic. Yeah, really not too much better. The P, we'll look at the P chat. That's how kind of dark that is. We'll up that a bit to epic. Yeah, I guess not too noticeably different. Let's reopen this just to show this off again. So I really think they're going to expand these different areas to include further places to explore. Here's my car. I don't know what role the car is going to have. Right now, you can obtain different colored paint jobs in-game. That's one of the items you can get. This car's pretty dusty because I haven't used it. Nothing on the glass. Nothing there yet. I don't know what the plans are for the car, what that's going to look like. Let's see if we can see in there. But it looks pretty sweet. It's giving me slightly like a sportier Batmobile vibe from the newest movie. But I think it looks pretty sweet. In this, again, this is closer to what the actual multiplayer looks like. You know, kind of a little more bland, more white. But you see, like, okay, pillars, stairs, ramp. You get the elements of the game in it. And then the running, my favorite. Right. Well, Chet, it doesn't look like we are going to hit a game tonight. I may, again, if I can get on later or later this week, just for the sake of showing it off. I may do so. There's another... This is so far away, but we can do it. See, it's all the way up there. Ah! There we go. A million shots later. And again, I don't know if it's distance or my shots are just off. I'm trying to lead a little bit. Let's see if we can get a little closer what that looks like. There we go. We got 3 up there. Oh, Chet, this is horrible. There's one somewhere right there. Oh, dude, you didn't go over that far. You're going over really far. There is a rifle. I don't have that yet. I'm not quite sure how to unlock that. But I think that would be much more ideal for this method, this range specifically. Oh yeah, there are my 3 over there. I wonder, yeah, this would actually be kind of cool. How is it going to go through all 3? Get pretty close here. Oh, okay, don't hit me, bro. So only one at a time. Yeah, the bullet penetration doesn't seem super strong. Is this in development or is it ready to play? So this is still technically very much in development. What you're seeing right now, if you get an access pass, you can do this. You can do the shooting range. There is the multiplayer PvP. As you can see, we're struggling to get into a match tonight. I've been in matches where it's only 2. I've been in matches where it's like 5 or 6. They say it's up to 18, but the graphics, again, I want to reiterate, and the way things are kind of dressed up, it looks much, much closer to this. I would say it's even a step down from this. I'm going to see if I can pull up, while we look for this, the... what that is going to look like. So see if we can pull up like Google Images or something. So again, the studio is Midnight Society. The game, which they are calling a vertical shooter, is Deadrop. Let's see if I can find an image of it. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything that really shows it off. This kind of does it justice. Nope, that's an IGN article. That's an IGN article. Yeah, that's not quite it either, though. That is not quite it either. Chat, we're going to find this. We are going to find this. Let's try snapshot 2. Here we go. Here we go. So here's an image of Doc himself playing it and what it looks like. So go ahead and we'll switch this back quickly. And I'll just zoom in. But you can see, like, this is what the multiplayer looks like right now. There's, again, like, the pieces are in place, but there isn't anything, like, super exciting going on from a visual standpoint. Accountant says, how do we get access pass, or is it too late for that? Not too late at all. So they did a release of 10,000, and here's the OpenSea right here. And with that 10,000, I just want to make sure we didn't miss the... with that 10,000 release, hey, Bunru, how you doing? Dig the rundown city dystopian vibes. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Looks like GoldenEye 007. I can kind of see that a little bit. They basically locked up, hey, you couldn't sell on secondary. Now you can sell on secondary. That's how I got mine. And there's 2 wallets. So you buy it on OpenSea, Polygon with MetaMask. And then you can see the floor right there. And then with that, you basically create an account on midnightsociety.com. Then there's an in-game wallet. So you need to link your MetaMask to the website and take your NFT and put it to your in-game wallet. Then you will be able to play the game. And that's what basically allows you. There's a place where you can download the game on your website. Again, I'm running an i7 12th gen, 32 gigs DDR5, and a 3080. And that will give you access to this. And eventually they're going to do things like be asking for feedback, and you'll have kind of a say in the way that they shape this game. That's a big part of, we talked about this earlier. We can go back to it. Here we go. Here's what you get with it all. So Society call sign, Visor Cortex that you own. Again, just kind of the cosmetic look of your NFT. Early access to game builds and weapon tests. That's basically what we're showcasing now. Voting rights on game features. Exclusive access to studio events. First dibs on merchandise and future Visor Cortex drops. Early access to industry guilds via the eyes. I don't know timelines. So this could be 1 month, this could be 3 years. This could be maybe never. There's a chance that this doesn't work out. Not trying to FUD things, but, that's something you really need to think about. Nothing is guaranteed. So that's kind of what it all includes, what you get with it. Count says, oh, I'm on that one already, researching, going through them, just wasn't sure if one of these... Yep, this is what will give you access to what I'm showing off right now. And yeah, we're on 10 minutes trying to get into Proving Ground. I'm going to see if I can try and find a gameplay video for you, chat. We're going to just switch over here. It's still finding a match. We're going to go to... Deadrop. And it's Deadrop with 1D. D-E-D-R-P. I can't type tonight. And this would be Snapshot 2. It's a reveal. Let me see if I can pull this up from Bryson. He's another great Web3 creator, streamer. Let's see if we can get... Yeah, he has some gameplay right here.
Basically doubled in price over.
All right. Perfect. All right. So yeah, check this out from Brycent. Great guy, great streamer, great creator. Definitely drop him a follow. Brycent. We're gonna throw this up quick chat so you can get a feel of like what this looks like, because I don't want you leaving without that. So we're gonna, I know we're covering some things up a little bit, but this I think is more important.
All right. Okay. So we're back. 16 players. Let's go. Let's get a kill. Find the first kill. Find the first kill. Now you got to imagine this is just the very out like render. Imagine when there's skins on all of this stuff and everything is skinned up really nice. We're going here and see if we get a kill.
Chests are important. That's where you find gear, weapons, bunch of different things.
I don't want that.
Again, you get some of the lighting, some of the shadows, but it is very blocky, very
oh my god, I basically
kind of like
killed myself.
Placeholder. And you can get a sense of like just how vertical it is. You went up the ramps, he's going down here. And again, like this feels like its own little mini section, in my opinion.
We need to find one of those health centers because your boy is dying.
Does the hand workout deal help improve trigger pull?
Oh my god, they're close.
You see the little hit marker, you see the damage come up.
I want to let him get close.
All right, we didn't get through there.
Oh, we got one. I think we got him.
Great kill.
There's still one more here. And one behind me.
So again, you can kind of get a feel of like the scope
I fell
of it all. And when you die, you're done. You go back to your loadout, or back to your hideout. Excuse me. So that's what the multiplayer is going to look like. Again, we're still looking 14 minutes in. Wish I could have played it for you tonight, chat. But I think we're going to sign off. Let me know what you think. Love to hear your feedback on Twitter. Or reach out to me, slide in DMs, let me know. It's a game I'm excited for, and I think just, again, the concept in the scope of Web3 and what it means for the future of Web3 gaming is huge. I think they're doing a lot of really cool things. And again, just repeating my transparency statement, I paid my own way to get the NFT. I was not compensated in any way. I was not asked to do this overview review. Completely of my own doing, because I think this game is important to the future of Web3 gaming. So thank you all for tuning in. Appreciate you. Have a great night wherever you are, and we will chat soon. Thank you for tuning in to